It's actually definitely very, very much true that, for the most part, I mean, I did a lot of things. I mean, like I did coal dust for people that were freezing in winter. I did a lot of stuff. The food rations, the rice farms. Like I said, I pumped water out of my mines, my mining operations, and watered fields. And they would grow food. Mining operations, especially as they got more modern, didn't really need to really feed that many people. I mean, not like in the old days. So I'd be pumping out a lot of fresh water, and so we'd water a lot of farms, and so I'd always have a surplus of food. So a lot of people would be fed with that food and stuff like that. And with my armies and my money, I would always be like back, 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 back to bad people, and just say like, unhand that woman, and leave that child alone, and try to be like that person that. I mean, I always saw myself as, I mean, like I say, I am the great Lucifer star. I mean, 80 galaxies. Was in existence about a billion years before humans, and so like, I'm just one of those people that's like, if I can't do it, no one can. So like, I always like being that person that was able to say, it's okay, we're here now. You won't be harmed, and I'm keeping as many people safe as I could. Like I said, I couldn't keep everyone safe. There were times when, of course, things failed. But luckily, I had a lot of money and a lot of love and a lot of people. I always took people in trade. People would want to buy wagons. It's like, well, we have three daughters and two sons. Like, okay, I'll take them in trade and sell the wagon. Because, I had a lot of wagons and I don't know, could always use another person. So I had a lot of people working for me, working with me, and all that. So and they would just eat and stuff and live and get married and stuff like that. A lot of people would live and work around my different places. Anyway, though, and I was always very protective of my people. I'd hire investigators to find out what happened to people, or send people out. If someone went missing or something like that. I was always that person that really cared. Like I said, the word care and Lucifer actually go hand in hand. Like, I care a lot. I always did, always have, and always will. I've always been one of those people. So I'm not soft. I'm just, I just respect. I respect my workers and respect my life forms. I care about people. Don't like to lose them. You. Anyway, so, and I have the bad habit of investing in things and forgetting about them, or investing in something new. So after years and years and years of investing in something new, I've picked up a lot of different companies, like, and plus, people would be suffering, or there'd be prejudiced, or there'd be something going on around, and I never did prejudice. I was always equal pay, equal opportunity, or, like I would hire anyone, Indian, South African, although they're kind of like, but they're okay. But I mean, I would hire just about anyone. So lots of different people, Indians, Chinese, Irish, lots of people would work in my companies, would work for me. I mean, I always had like a couple million people working for me, or more, like in my different companies and operations, like everything from trucks to coal mining to tractors to jets. And I invented the jet engine and the travel service, and actually, films, and also using films to advertise. I'd have my cars in movies and films, and people would see my cars and then want them, and then they would go to work for a factory, or they would buy one. And so, and like I say, plus I was willing to roll tanks into a city to protect it, or send troops into a city to protect it if it needed protecting, even station troops in a city if a city was having a problem with bandits or whatever. I've rescued quite a few different mines, or quite a few different cities. Like the story of Samuel. Samuel wasn't actually a good person at all, um, and I actually sent three parties up there. Although whether or not it was actually the original Samuel or somebody else, but basically I saved quite a few people that time too. For hundreds of years, I've been saving, protecting, and basically helping, and basically being the savior. This person that a dark angel, you might say. Most people would call me a dark angel because I'm Lucifer. Oh, morning light, I guess. But Lucifer, also known as the inventor of modern day warfare, inventor of guns, inventor of jets and flying aircraft, and of stars, too. That's why my last name is Lucifer Star, because I invented and built the sun and this planet. And all that's different stuff. And that's hard to believe, but I don't know. When you see all my different operations and you see how well I treat my people and how well the people, I always treated them really well. So, anyway, I treat them better than they treat me. I don't know. But we've been through a lot together. Like I say, we've been through 2 world wars, many catastrophes. The Republicans actually poisoning Roosevelt, poisoning like 500 million people with, like I said, he didn't get my food processing plants. He one of my food processing plants, but the other 2 had the new radiation procedure, which irradiated the food before it left the factory or before it was able, after a certain point. So everything inside there died. So Ebola wasn't spread through my distribution nodes like it was through all the other ones. There were smaller companies that were sending out really bad food with Ebola or some black plague something. But we were tracking it down. China was tracking it down. All of us were tracking it down. So anyway, though, but pretty much security, safety, everyone basically knew that I was the person of security and safety, world's tallest building, that kind of stuff, bird cages, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I'm this person of legend, and like I say, with the Roosevelt Renault factory, I basically took Paris back over and built a water system and everything, and it's all pretty much in the past. But anyway, that's why, and there's a lot of other stuff that's connected to the real Lucifer and all that, so kind of complicated. Anyway, long history, and I don't know. I always loved being that person that could save, protect, and help. I love being that person that could say it's okay now, that they won't bother, they won't hurt you anymore. Because I didn't like abuse. I didn't like people who were abusers, and I always did everything I could to stop it. I didn't like people who enslave people and control people. That just bothers me. And so, I've always been this person, freedom and equality. So that's my flag, which is stars and stripes and all that. Red, white, and blue. Some colors I may, had basically. Has to do with a die thing. I had a lot of commemorations, so back and forth with this will commemorate that achievement as I move through and invent and stuff. So anyway, been a long history. I built tanks, I built aircraft, I built warcraft, war aircraft, battleships. I used them on the Panama Canal. I used them to protect people, save people and all that, and keep people safe. And I've always cared, so that's what all the stars are about on people's things. Also giving like the leaders of a country presidential cars. I did that too, making sure all my leaders or people that represented me to the people had something to drive. I hope they represented me to the people. But I also own companies as well. There are leaders, and then there is also the companies that would be inside there. So anyway, lots of different B-sides. I'm tired. Yeah, that's me.